I got an email from Alexandre Rachov introducing me to a new plugin and it looks very promising. So let's take a look. So the plugin that Alexandre made is called ARVerb, and in the email to me he said, in short, this reverb may be used to glue multiple tracks by making them sound like they're in the same room. Track separation seems improved by selecting a different location for each track. Each will get a unique reverb pattern. Beside that, the plugin is fast and lightweight, the user interface is minimal, no screws, sorry, and only a handful of musical controls. More controls doesn't equal more control. And I fully agree with that statement. And I've always wondered, like, is the way that we use panning actually the correct way to use panning? So how panning now works is by simply, sending the signal to both channels, or a little bit more to one channel than the other, or just one of the channels. And that's controlled with a potentiometer. But if I would be in a room, there's all kinds of reflections. And if I would be walking around in that room, I would be panning myself, basically. Then those reflections change as well. So it's kind of interesting to think about that. Think about it as from the concept of it being a room. And that is what the AR plugin is about. It looks like this. So yeah, indeed a pretty minimal interface. I do agree, especially with reverb, that more controls doesn't equal more control, because usually in reverbs, you get all kinds of controls that nobody knows what they do or can translate in their head towards a sound. So it's a thing. Anyway, it's a new physics-based modeling to achieve immersive spatialization, transient preservation, and consistent sound, whatever that may mean. Again, it's to glue multiple tracks together. ARVerb Room does not require iLog, subscriptions, user accounts, or internet access. The demo is fully functioning during the evaluation period. A price is fixed all year long. I already have a lot of respect for such an approach. Like, no nonsense, just having some self-respect and some respect towards your users is I think, a pretty natural thing to do. Within the plugin market, it's not. I mean, I like to have the same amount of balance with my clients as well. Like, a lot of respect for my clients, not dragging them into extra costs. And I also expect some respect back, of course. Like, that has to be in balance. And I think the respect that you have to give somebody that makes a plugin like this is that you know, if you like it, you should just buy it. Because he's really not trying to milk you like other companies try to do. Let me see. Multiple source locations, 3-room algorithms, low-end bypass control, true stereo spatialization, automatic level and delay compensation. Oh, cool. Oh, good. Copy and paste. Presets as text. Oh. Okay. Lightweight and fast. The plugin size is a few megabytes only, and it consumes less than 4% CPU on a 13-year-old Mac Mini. Cool. It costs 40 euros. So for a reverb, that's not very expensive. Yeah, let's check it out. Let's try it out. So yeah, this is it. It's a very tiny user interface. I mean, I have to lean into it a little bit. I want to use it on a snare drum, so let's do that. But of course, before that, I want to say that I'm not being sponsored by ARVerb or by Alexandre. He just sent me a license to use this plugin, and everything that I'm saying in this video is my complete, honest, and independent opinion. And if you'd like to support that, make sure to check out my affiliate links. I will link Thomann and Sweetwater over here and Plugin Boutique over here. All right, so it's on the snare drum in a full mix. Let's I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Let's quickly solo that snare drum. It's a bit like a plate, but it's not really a plate, okay? Okay, and now the interesting part of this, and that's the pan angle and distance. So I think what you can do here is yeah, change the location of it. So you can move it left and right and front to back. Yeah, I guess that's correct. Does it change the sound of a reverb as well then? Oh yeah, yeah. The reverb indeed responds different then. Okay. Okay, okay. And front to back, so let's okay. Yeah, okay. Not directly convinced by the distance, but this is interesting. Let's listen how that sounds in a full mix. All right, I have a cool idea. So I'm going to duplicate the tracks here. I'm going to have the second one just traditionally reverbed. So get the traditional reverb that I had on here. So that's this. It's of course a bit of a different reverb. It's a bit brighter. Maybe I can replicate that as well. And now I'm going to pan this one 25% to the right as well. And I want to listen to the difference between those two, how those blend. Like, make this one a little bit shorter, a little bit brighter maybe. So ignoring the sound character of a reverb, let's listen to how it's placed in the stereo field. So this is traditional, and I have to like, I can kind of point at it. And now the other one, and this one is over there. I can point it out. I mean, this one as well. Okay, let's just mute everything and just the snare drums. Oh, that's interesting. It's more or less what is happening on the left channel. So that's just completely different. Kind of keeps the signal more in balance, but it does place the snare drum. Yeah, I do think it's a bit easier to determine where it's placed, to hear where this thing is positioned. What they do recommend is using it on like a lot of different channels in the same settings, which I think would even work more. But like, I'm not going to use reverb on a kick drum. I don't want to do that. For the last like 1.5 years, I've been really learning a lot about the most simple things in audio. I've been learning a lot about gain and amplification and volume and that kind of stuff. And every time I thought like, hey, I think I do know almost everything about a simple subject like gain, like volume. Like every time I thought I knew enough, I was learning something new. And now with something like this, I'm learning something new again about panning. Like, hey, it's not just panning. Like there's so much to placing something in a stereo field. And imagine how much there still is. EQing, like I'm learning a lot about EQing, and it's also, there's so much more to it than just, you know, what you see and like the surface level of EQing, like what's happening behind it. There's so much more. Compression, same thing. Reverb, same thing. It's just so much. But imagine if there's already this much to talk about these simple things, like where it's placed in a stereo field and how to place it in a stereo field, and things like volume and gain. It's really a never-ending business, and that's what I kind of love about audio. You're never done learning. You never know it all. I will never know it all, because it seems like it just keeps going on and deeper and deeper. And I think that's really cool. And this is again one of those examples. So I'll link to ARVerb, in the description down below, so you can check it out yourself. Again, there's a free trial that is not limited. Like it's really down to earth, which I respect as well. Lightweight. And if you like it, of course, you can buy it for 40 euros. So check it out. I'll link to it down below. And while you're there, make sure to check out the join button as well. You can join the channel as a channel member. And as a channel member, you get a nice little icon next to your name when commenting, which is kind of funny, and you're also getting access to some extra content. I'll link a playlist of some of that content over here, but if you go to my playlist section, you can find more of that content. So really check it out, because as always, my channel is completely independent and help from my viewers is really needed. Another way to support the channel is by watching more videos, so you can subscribe and, for instance, check out this video over here. Thanks a lot for watching, keep pushing, and bye bye.